Hi everyone, welcome to ZyNerd's NEET PG info guide on Jharkhand PG Medical Counseling. Jharkhand PG Medical Counseling rules of 2022 is what we will be looking at with a reference as a base for 2023. We'll be looking at the counseling from an eligibility perspective, application requirements perspective, the certificates and round-wise rules of previous years, and the choice filling and allotment rules, and the joining, upgradation and exit rules. Jharkhand basically has a single counseling. Obviously, it has only government quota seats and there is no question of another counseling. There is a single state counseling to medical colleges and to government medical colleges. There are no private institute seats till 2022. There are private medical colleges but not offering PG seats till now. The seats, Jharkhand PG Medical Counseling, 50% of seats in government medical colleges come under the Jharkhand counseling. The NEET PG percentile qualification, Jharkhand PG Medical, you have like this is like your regular qualifications, qualification criteria for NEET PG. UR category, the eligibility criteria is 50 percentile or above. UR EWS, the eligibility criteria is 50 percentile or above. UR PWD candidates 45 percentile or above, and in case you belong to EBC, extreme backward classes, or SC or ST, the eligibility criteria is 40 percentile and above. Let us say you did not apply in NEET PG as an OBC candidate, or you are not eligible in NEET PG as an OBC or a non-creamy layer candidate. That is not relevant. As far as Jharkhand is concerned, as per the state rules, you will still be able to apply as EBC if you fall under the state rules for backward classes, even though you would have applied as general and all India counseling, and the eligibility criteria is 40 percentile to 50 percentile, 40 percentile or above. Even if you are 40 percentile to 50 percentile, you will be eligible for applying. Eligibility for Jharkhand PG seats, this is very critical. There are many candidates from Jharkhand who are domicile of Jharkhand ask this query. Eligibility, there are two categories of candidates who are eligible. One, a candidate who has done their MBBS from Jharkhand. So those candidates who have done their MBBS from any medical college in Jharkhand are eligible for Jharkhand government quota counseling, state government quota counseling. Residents, second category is residents of Jharkhand who passed MBBS from Bihar. So basically you should be a resident of Jharkhand. You should have the resident certificate, permanent resident certificates, or local or permanent resident certificate should be available. And you passed out MBBS from Bihar prior to the bifurcation, basically before 2000 batch, 2000 or prior batches. If you passed out, if you joined MBBS and then passed out, then you will be eligible. Basically any batch which started MBBS in 2000 or prior and in Bihar, and you are a resident of Jharkhand today, then you are eligible for government quota counseling of Jharkhand. Reservation, we have pulled out the reservation here. There is a proposal for additional reservation. You would know that if you are from Jharkhand, that has not been implemented or in some stage of implementation, we are not sure, but the current reservation pattern is over here. EWS 10%, EBC is 14%, 10% for SC candidates and 26% for ST candidates. So we went through the reservation. So unreserved is 40%, the remaining seats come under unreserved, and the split is, and the reservation is only for Jharkhand state candidates. BC1 or BC2 candidates, extremely backward category candidates, they should not belong to the creamy layer. And certificates, it has been clearly mentioned that they should be issued by the circle officer, the SDO civil or deputy commissioner of Jharkhand. Roster based allotment is followed, which means the seats are not split into categories like in all India counseling or in many other state counselings. There is a roster based allotment. The first candidate would be a UR candidate, second candidate would be a EWS or some other candidate, and third candidate would be an UR candidate, fourth candidate, and so on. It is not on the basis of ranks, but on the basis of roster, which clearly defines a percentage. If you want to know the current roster too, you can send across, if you're a ZyNerd subscriber, you can send across a mail to hello@zynerd.com. We'll be able to share that, but doesn't make a difference. It is almost similar to the other allocation, except that seats are available for all right from the start, and roster based allotment happens. In-service reservation or incentives in Jharkhand, 10% marks for every year of service to a maximum of 30% is provided. A combined merit list is prepared with the incentives. So in-service candidates get 30%, up to 30% incentives, and move up higher than the other candidates. 50% of diploma seats are available for in-service candidates. So this is PG Diploma. There are, I think, around 4 or 5 seats only. So 2 of them will be available only in 1 or 2 institutes. Application notifications, the process will be put up in JCECB website, and under the counseling section you will be able to see all the notification, and under the download section you will be able to see all acts, circulars, GOs, or the results, etc. So online form filling, you will do an online form filling. You need to upload your documents. There will be a provisional merit list which is published. You can check for discrepancies and then mail across to Jharkhand JCECB and ECB, and then they will be sending across the they will be correcting the discrepancies if any, if they find it right. And online registration and choice filling happens, and after online registration and choice filling, provisional seat allotment comes out and the certificate verification and admission happens at the institute. Both are government institutes, so directly at the institute certificate verification happens. What are the certificates required at the time of upload or at admissions? We don't have a split of upload versus admissions. We have put in all the certificates that have been mentioned by RIMS Ranchi. Now NEET PG admit card, the score card, the MBBS degree certificate or provisional degree certificate, the mark sheets of MBBS of all the years, and internship completion certificate is required. It is repeated over here, but it is required. And permanent registration with any state medical council. Provisional only if you are undergoing internship is specifically mentioned. It is better to take a permanent registration certificate. Many you might have at least 2 weeks from now for joining, so you might be able to take that. Date of birth proof, high school or secondary school certificate will be sufficient, or if you have a birth certificate, more than enough. 12 certificates, mark sheets, admit card, passing certificates are mentioned, but I think they'll be flexible as far as mark sheets are available. That's fine. Basically, or your degree certificate, 12 degree is available. Any one of Aadhaar, PAN card, voter ID, license or passport as mentioned in All India, and migration certificate. For All India quota, note that a migration certificate is not mandatory. You'll be allowed to submit it at a later point in time. This is not part of the essential certificates. BC1, BC2, SC, ST, EWS certificates, if it is applicable for you, and other certificates. Copies for upload, basically it will be scanned and you need to upload, and originals need to be provided at the time of admission. Exact info is not available. This is based on RIMS Ranchi's list of certificates. You can check with the institute anyways at the time of joining. Round wise rules, Jharkhand follows a slightly different one. The usual rules only, but there is a slight difference. We'll go through that. Round 1 is online choice filling, online. Round 2 is online and mop-up is online. So that confusion is sorted out. All 3 rounds are online. Previous years, Jharkhand in round 2 itself used to conduct an offline counseling, but that has changed. All 3 rounds are online now, including the stray, special stray, etc. The issue here is that because of this online process beyond space mop-up or so, there might be an issue. We'll just, in terms of seats lapsing or not being allotted to the right set of candidates, we'll just tell you where there is an issue based on data. Online, round 1. Online, fresh choice filling, obviously, first round. Round 1, if you are not allotted, still you will be eligible for round 2, obviously. Round 1 allotted and joined, eligible for round 2, basically for upgradation. You can hold the seat and upgrade. Round 1 allotted and did not join, you are still eligible for round 2. We have seen a lot of candidates who have been allotted in round 1, did not join, and eligible for round 2. Round 2, online. Fresh registration is also possible, which means you will be able to, there's a candidate who missed out during round 1, the candidate will be able to register fresh, and fresh choice filling happens. The rules are round 2 allotted and joined, you are not eligible for further round. Round 2 allotted and joined, basically this first part is round 2 allotted and joined, you are not eligible for further rounds. Basically once you join a state seat, you are not eligible for further rounds. Round 2 allotted and did not join, you are eligible for mop-up. If you did not join the round 2 seat, still eligible for mop-up. There have been candidates allotted who did not join the round 2 seat and went on to better seats, knowing that there are better seats. There are 2 institutes only, so many candidates look at direct information who is joining and then take a decision. Mop-up round, online fresh registration is possible, fresh choice filling was there. AAR2 or state R2 joint candidates are ineligible. That we already know. Any round 2 joint candidate is not eligible. AA mop-up allotted candidates were eligible for state mop-up. If there is an All India mop-up allotted candidate, they were eligible for state mop-up. They were allotted, so there were around 10 at least allotments. Surprisingly, even though the prospectus says that AA mop-up joined candidates are not eligible, any candidate who has joined a seat, they were allotted. What was the reason? The joining of All India counseling was till 24th or so last year in November, but Jharkhand results were published on 23rd. So what happened is candidates were allotted both in Jharkhand and in All India mop-up. Many of them joined, at least 7-8 of them joined All India mop-up, which means these mop-up state seats which they were allotted, those who were allotted in both All India and state, good seats, ophthalmology, clinical seats, basically anesthesiology, ophthalmology. I think there was one general surgery or 2 pediatrics or the seats or so. They went into the next rounds. The same happened in round 2 too, but ophthalmology I think went into stray round, etc. So stray round again had better seats. There were few candidates who did not join and waited for the stray round. So if you did not join an all India mop-up seat, still they were eligible for allotted seat, they were eligible for stray round, so they went on to the stray round. Stray round was again online, fresh choice filling. Note that this is not offline, online, fresh choice filling, and no fresh registration was allowed. The only thing is, still mop-up round, fresh registration was allowed. In stray round, fresh registration was not allowed. Mop-up allotted and did not join were eligible. Some ended up getting better seats, knowing that these 2 ophthalmology candidates are not joining, they are going to all India mop-up, or knowing the all India mop-up admitted candidates in information, etc. So they were able to do that. So because both the joinings happened almost, the results of this and all India mop-up were almost parallel. Results of state counselling and all India mop-up. Special stray round, a 50,000 security deposit was required. Very few clinical seats were there. Note that because of all these issues over here, where everything is online, clinical seats even went on till the special stray round. That is something that is an issue, because even if in special stray round, if somebody had taken and did not join, it was online, so there's no way to get the certificates of a candidate, implement a penalty, etc. So those would have lapsed, so which is a very actually a loss for some of the other and another candidate. Registration, 1,000 rupees for general EWS BC1, BC2 candidates. SC, ST female category candidates, female candidates of any category rupees 500, and disabled quota candidates nil. Net banking, credit card or debit card can be used. And similarly for counseling, for the basically choice filling, etc., 1,250 is the registration fee. And SC, ST female candidates rupees 1,000. Net banking, credit card or debit card can be used. The fee structure for Jharkhand is a very minimal amount. I think it is around 1,000 per annum. We'll have to check that exactly. Yeah, it is but in any case I think it is very minimal. We'll check and get back to you on that. Service bond penalty is 3 years or 30 lakhs plus the stipend received. Service bond and penalty we mentioned 3 years 30 lakhs. It is implemented in Jharkhand. Stipend received you'll have to pay in case you are leaving halfway through. And the course discontinuation penalty is also 30 lakhs plus stipend received. So in case you are leaving after 1 year, the 1 year stipend has to be paid and 30 lakhs has to be paid. The government stipend is 87,000 to 92,000 or 93,000 almost. This might increase in a minor way this year. We'll update that in the portal. So this is pretty much about Jharkhand. What we will do now is we will look at how to look at information on Jharkhand in the portal. Jharkhand has 3 major institutes basically, other than those private ones like Manipal and Lakshmi Chandravanshi, etc. So those don't have PG seats as of now. CAP Ranchi is there in Jharkhand, but it being a central institute, 100% of CAP Ranchi seats are allotted through All India counselling. Now we are going to look at only 2 institutes as far as Jharkhand is concerned, which come under 50% of those seats in these 2 institutes come under the state quota. Basically, Ranchi Institute, Rajendra Institute of Medical Sciences, RIMS Ranchi, and MGM Medical College, Jamshedpur. So how do you look at it? It is straightforward. Every seat is a government quota seat. Quota doesn't have any relevance. Pick up your category. If you belong to UR category, select UR. If you belong to, let us say, BC1 category, you are eligible for both BC1 and UR. You can select both. Pick up the course. It is straightforward. You can pick up, let us say, MD Pediatrics. Change to All India rank. As of now, you have only your All India rank. You don't have your state rank. So change to All India rank. Once you have the state rank, you can change to the state rank. Change to All India rank for now. So you will see where each of these seats closed. So in pediatrics, MGM Jamshedpur closed at 2022 round 1 at 8,730. In round 2, usually what Jharkhand does is only those candidates who apply for second round, fill choices, and then they are allotted. They will be those seats will be available. Here there was no seat available because this candidate would have held on to the seat. Similarly, in RIMS Ranchi, you can see that in round 1, 3 seats were allotted: 2754, 2921 and 3530. In brackets, you see 3 seats. And the last candidate to take the seat was 3530. And then you have in 2022 round 2, the pediatric seats going up to 6,961 rank. And one was available in Mop-up as well, like we mentioned, and in stray as well. This was taken by a service candidate. If you hover over here, you will see that this was a service candidate. What does this mean? This candidate was counseling rank 85, but All India rank is 24,981. With incentives, they would have moved to counseling rank or state merit list rank 85. So for instance, this candidate was 8600 and state rank 45. A service candidate might have moved up beyond other candidates, so there is a possibility that so you might have to ignore this data saying round 4 this was allotted at this rank. In fact, even round 3 there was a one-off thing because some candidate had been allotted a seat in round 2 and did not join. So this you can have a look at. There are many queries usually saying there is dash throughout this. That is more because MGM Medical College did not have a UR seat in 2022. You look at it, there is no seat. What seat was this? It was a BC1 seat. Whether this seat comes under BC1, UR, etc. is not based on yearly thing. It is basically a roster based allocation. If you are a higher ranker, you might have got it. So that is how this has been defined. So just go with that. As of now, we have this information. You can make use of that. And you can also look at specifically, we would ask you to look at round 2 of 2022. In case you are looking at clinicals, you can click on clinicals and look at the information. It will be in sorted order. You want to look at, let us say, anesthesiology, you can just filter it out. Instantly you will be able to see all information on the seats. So this is how it works. The only additional thing that we would like to tell you is that always look at counseling rank, but till the point in time you have the counseling rank, you only have the all India rank. And whenever there is a shade over here, a pink or a red shade over here, note that it is in-service candidates with incentives. You are not an in-service candidate, then this is not relevant for you. You don't assume that it will be available at 22,000. With incentives, higher marks, they have taken this seat. So you will be able to see that under the counseling rank. When you change to counseling rank, you can see that this person is 63, this person is 70. But when you look at their all India ranks, this particular candidate is 11,000 and this candidate is 22,000. So know that difference and then take a call. You will also have all India, in case you are from Jharkhand and looking at all India, you will also have the details under the all India counseling. All you need to do is select Jharkhand under all India counseling and select all India quota. Instantly you will be able to see all the government seats available in RIMS Ranchi and MGM Medical College Junction. So that is pretty much from Jharkhand. Jharkhand, this is a smaller state with very minimal seats, so the rules are also not very complicated. You straight away appear for the state quota and take decisions based on what you have. That is how simple it is. In fact, you can go to the extent of even looking at which candidate is joining which seat, etc. If you are around Ranchi, you can actually directly connect with the residents and check on that and then take a call. So use the information. We will be updating all the information throughout the counseling process, including the change in the fee structure, etc. All the best for your counseling.